So, you don't need medical attention? I work as an EMT. My partner and I got a call to go to the airport, pick up a patient and flight crew, and hightail it to the hospital. We park in the emergency vehicle area right outside the doors, go in and talk to security and work out the details. We're walking back to the truck, radios slapping against our cargo pants, black boots glistening in the fluorescent lights, shirts with municipal Enos writing across the back tucked in. And a man comes up behind us, saying, "I need your help." I turn to look at him, and he's sweaty, panicked. Just something looks very wrong. I think, all right, the plane lands in 15 minutes. I can at least get vitals and some other stuff knocked out of the way and call for another unit. I motion for him to follow me, and because of prime parking, we take out 2 steps to the doors, then another 4 to the ambulance. I'm throwing open the side door and asking what's going on. He froze. I ask if he needs help getting in, and he mumbled, "I'm looking for gate B11. I say, "Oh." There's a moment of silence before I ask my partner if he knows where B11 is. He does not. More awkward silence. "All right, if you don't need us, we're gonna go now." "I'm sorry we couldn't help you." We get in and start driving, and from the mirror, I can see him walking back inside, but this time slow, almost lost. He's left as confused as I am. No, I don't work here, and my wife made that clear. Average height in my culture is around 5 feet 5 inches, but I'm a full foot taller at 6 feet 5 inches. Because of that, I often get asked to help reach things on high shelves at grocery stores. I don't mind helping out as long as it's light. 2 to 3 kilograms is fine. Anything heavier, though, tends to bring down a mini avalanche of dust, which no one wants. This story takes place in 2022, shortly after my family moved into a new apartment near a massive wholesaler called Metro Cash and Carry. It's similar to Walmart, owned by a German company, now acquired by Reliance, and caters to business owners. Most of the smaller stores in the area get their stock from there, so it's a good place for us to shop in bulk. On this day, my wife and I split up to handle our shopping list faster. She was picking up oils, and I was gathering grains. I noticed a good deal on 1 kilogram packs of wheat that made them cheaper per kilo than the 5 kilograms packs. However, the 1 kilogram packs were almost out on the main shelf, so I reached up to the top shelf and pulled some down. Just then, an old woman behind me politely asked if I could get 5 for her as well. I didn't mind, so I passed them to her, and she thanked me before moving on. I started pushing my cart toward the legume section when I heard a loud, "Excuse me." I thought someone was calling an employee, so I kept going, but then came an even louder, "Excuse me." I turned around, and there she was, a Karen waving me down like she was hailing a cab. I pointed to myself, confused. "You talking to me?" Karen snapped, "Yes. Can you please help me?" Without moving, I asked, "With what?" Karen pointed at a 5 kilograms pack of rice on the top shelf and asked if I could bring it down for her. I glanced at the hefty pack and, politely as I could, explained that it was a bit too heavy for me to grab safely and suggested she ask an actual employee. There were 2 nearby to help. Then I turned back to continue with my shopping. Not 5 seconds later, I felt a tug on my arm. Karen was now physically pulling me back toward the rice shelf. She kept yanking my arm, insisting, "It's not that heavy. I'm in a hurry. Just get it for me." For a moment, I just stood there, completely shocked and honestly a little flustered. I may be big, but I'm also non-confrontational and tend to avoid scenes. So, instead of arguing, I did the only thing I could think of. I pulled out my phone and called my wife. Now, my wife and I balance each other out perfectly. She's petite, much shorter than the average height, and she's also louder than a jet engine, if I had to pick an analogy. As soon as I said, "Hey, hon, could you come over here? A lady's giving me trouble." She was on her way. Within moments, my wife appeared, storming over with the intensity of a one-woman army. She glared at Karen, still gripping my arm, and said, loud enough for half the store to hear, "Why are you touching my husband? He doesn't work here, and he's certainly not your personal assistant." Karen, caught off guard, stammered a few words, dropping my arm and taking a step back. My wife, still not fully briefed on the situation, asked, "So what exactly do you want from my husband?" Karen, clearly flustered, mumbled something about just needing some help getting the rice down. My wife, eyebrows raised, looked around, spotted an employee nearby, and said, "If you need help with rice, That's what these folks are here for. My husband doesn't work here. Then she made eye contact with one of the actual employees and gestured toward the rice, saying, "This lady needs help with the rice up there. Mind assisting her?" Without another word, the employee came over, and Karen slunk away toward the rice with him, still muttering under her breath. We still shop there, but don't split up anymore. What part of me doing CPR makes you think I work here? For a long time during my EMS/paramedic career, I worked in a tiny, near-rural tourist town. 1 grocery store, 2 casinos, 1 elementary school, and junior high/high school combined in 1 school, 1 lake, 20 campground small town. In the summer, there were more tourists on any given day than permanent residents. But in winter, it was just locals. Get a call to the 1 grocery store for a heart attack. Working the call in the aisle, and some old lady stands there, staring at us. My partner is doing chest compressions. I'm starting in 4 and pushing medication trying to bring this guy back to life. Old lady clears her throat and asks where some product is. No one from my crew answers, because we're a little busy. Lady gets annoyed and raises her voice asking if someone can show her the item. Fire captain tells her we don't work there. Then she goes off on us, blocking the aisle, and says we're being rude. She straight demands we show her where whatever she is asking for is, grabs my shoulder with her corpse fingers while I have an open sharp out. Cue instant protection instinct of elbowing her in the knee. She screeches for the manager, who just tells her again we're not employees. To this day, I don't understand how she didn't see our gurney, bags, badges, fire truck, and ambulance out front. It should have been so clear we were public safety. Kicker to the whole situation was we've transported her husband from their home numerous times over the 3 prior years I worked that town and transported him several times after. He was a chain-smoking, unstable diabetic. Went to hospital at least 2 to 3 times a month. Death metal shirt equals Best Buy employee. I went to Best Buy today to pick up my new chainsaw. I attempted to be lazy and parked in the curbside pickup area, but after about 20 minutes, I just gave up and went inside. I come back out to someone standing outside my car. To set the scene, I'm a woman and wearing a gray camo cadet hat, a black Ahab, Funeral Doom band, hoodie, and a castrator, death metal band, t-shirt. This was the interaction. This is the wrong car. Mija? H. I'm parked down there. Here's my code. Presents his phone. I'm sorry, what? H. I put the wrong spot. You have to bring these to my car down there. This isn't the right car. I don't work here, and this is my car. At this point, he looks at the chainsaw box I'm holding, back up at me, and quickly walks away. Looking back, I should have realized quicker that he thought I was an employee, but it just didn't click right away. It's not like I was wearing a blue shirt. My hoodie is black with gray, and my shirt is black with gray and red.